On the afternoon of February 24th, 1987, 10-year-old Linda Weldy stepped off her school bus at the end of her driveway on McClung Road in LaPorte, Indiana. It was around 3:30 p.m. when she paused at the mailbox, then began the short walk towards her front door. Her older brother had arrived home earlier, and her mother was also inside, expecting Linda to come through the door at any moment, but she never did. When Linda failed to appear, her mother's concern quickly turned to fear. Police were contacted that evening, and a search began almost immediately. Officers canvassed the neighborhood, where neighbors joined in. Volunteers combed nearby woods, fields, and ditches, but there were no signs of Linda. No one had seen anything, and no clues were found. It was as if she had vanished in thin air. For 3 agonizing weeks, the community held its breath, clinging to hope and fearing the worst. Then on March 17th, a farmer walking along an abandoned stretch of the Wabash Railroad near Kingsbury, about 9 miles from Linda's home, discovered a body in a drainage ditch. It was Linda. She had been strangled. Investigators believe she was killed shortly after her abduction and left in that remote, overgrown area where her body remained until it was found. The murder of a child shook LaPorte County to its core. Police pursued more than 100 leads. They interviewed family members, friends, and people in the surrounding area. Larry Hall, who was a suspected serial killer, known for abducting girls across the Midwest, was considered a person of interest. Hall had a history of targeting young victims and was known to travel through the region, but no physical evidence ever tied him to Linda's murder, and he was never charged. As time passed and leads dried up, the case grew cold, but Linda's mother never stopped searching. Karen became a voice for her daughter, speaking publicly, attending vigils, and urging anyone with the information to come forward. In one interview, she said, "Somebody took my baby and murdered her, and that person is still out there and probably doesn't have any guilt about it." In 2014, nearly 3 decades after Linda's death, the case was reopened. Investigators hope their advances in forensic science might reveal the truth. The Indiana State Police continue to list the case as active, and while no arrests have been made, they remain hopeful that someone somewhere still holds the missing piece. Her school portrait, her birthday photos, and the memories of fishing with her family now serve as haunting reminders of a future that was stolen far too soon. If you have any information on the death of Linda Weldy, please contact the Indiana State Police. Lauren Spear was 20 years old when she vanished from the streets of Bloomington, Indiana, in the early morning hours of June 3, 2011. Lauren had come to Indiana University from her hometown of Scarsdale, New York, to study fashion merchandising. She was outgoing, deeply loved by her family and friends, and known for her energy and warmth. That Thursday night, Lauren joined friends for a night out. It was the start of summer break, and the campus had begun to quieten down. She and her friends headed to Kilroy's Sports Bar, a popular student hangout. Surveillance footage would later show Lauren leaving the bar barefoot, her shoes and phone left behind. She was visibly intoxicated. Over the next 2 hours, Lauren visited several nearby apartments with friends. Witnesses described her as disoriented but still conversational. She was seen on surveillance, stumbling, needing help to walk. Around 4:30 a.m., she was last seen walking along near 111th Street and College Avenue. That was the last confirmed sighting. She never made it home. When Lauren didn't return, her friends grew concerned. By mid-morning, calls went unanswered, Her parents drove through the night from New York to Indiana. What followed was one of the largest missing persons searches in Indiana history. Volunteers, police, and the FBI scoured the area, and cadaver dogs were brought in. Drones scanned the terrain while drivers searched nearby lakes and rivers, but there was no trace of Lauren. As the investigation unfolded, several individuals who had been with Lauren that night became persons of interest. Some refused polygraph and others retained legal counsel early. Rumors emerged about drugs, parties, and about what happened in those final hours, but no arrests were made. Lauren's body has never been found. Over the years, her family has remained vocal advocates for missing persons awareness. They've spoken at universities, launched social media campaigns, and kept Lauren's story alive in the national spotlight. Their grief became a mission. Now, more than a decade later, Lauren's case remains unsolved. Her disappearance is a chilling reminder of how quickly someone can vanish and how silence can stretch for years. Anyone with information about Lauren Spears' disappearance can contact the Bloomington Police Department. Jessica Lynn Masker was just 24 years old when she disappeared from the east side of Indianapolis, Indiana, in the early morning hours of April 15, 2013. She was a young mother of two, including a newborn son who had been born prematurely just 2 weeks earlier. Despite the challenges she faced, Jessica was doing everything she could to be present for her children. She visited her baby in the hospital every day, holding his tiny hand through the incubator glass, whispering promises that she would be there when he came home. Jessica's life, like so many others, was complicated. She had struggled with addiction and depression, and her family says she was in a fragile state during that time. But she was trying. She had recently reconnected with loved ones and was making plans for the future. On April 14, 2013, Jessica was taken to the hospital after a suspected overdose. She was placed on a 72-hour hold, but checked herself out just hours later. That night, she went to stay with her cousin near East Washington Street and Emerson Avenue on the east side of Indianapolis. Around 4:30 a.m. on April 15th, Jessica told her cousin she was walking to a nearby gas station. She said she had planned to meet her boyfriend, who would give her a ride. She left the house alone and never came back. Later, her phone was found, but Jessica was gone. There were no confirmed sightings. Police initially stated there was no evidence of foul play, but her family never believed that. They knew Jessica wouldn't just walk away from her children, especially not her newborn, fighting for his life in the hospital. Her sister Ashley became her voice. She created social media pages, organized vigils, and kept Jessica's name alive in a world that often forgets missing persons. Jessica was petite, standing 5'2" and weighing 95 pounds. She had hazel eyes, long brown hair, and several tattoos. Her photos have been widely circulated across missing person databases and advocacy platforms. Her family has never stopped hoping for answers. Someone somewhere knows what happened to Jessica that morning. Someone either saw something or heard something, but has chosen to be silent. But silence doesn't erase a person. Anyone with information about Jessica Masker's disappearance should contact the Indianapolis Police Department or Crime Stoppers of Central Indiana. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.